Oh, once again to Armored Core. So we continue with this boss, and it turns out there's a gimmick to this. Actually, if you move your mouse, you will lose lock-on that boss. If you don't move your mouse, uh, you don't have such a issues tracking her. You wonder why they did it. I guess they made it because the game has some kind of multiplayer. So obviously, to give some advantage to controller, they implemented that because technically it shouldn't be too hard to just do permalock on even on a mouse on the enemy. Yeah, if you want to lock them, you want to lock them. So there was indeed a gimmick to this. We have here. I was happy. I was looking at these internets, what kind of loadouts they were running with, and I was happy that what I generally found effective that was used or recommended. So it's actually these needle guns, and indeed the gatelings, and the generator. This does not matter much. Also, I was surprised how not accurate these guns are. Also, they kind of recommend some kind of a bulky build. Some tanky stuff, and speed is worthless, allegedly. So let's go with that. I'm surprised that speed is so worthless, frankly. But here it is. I suffered enough. I suffered enough. I'll try to run something like this, and you really need to hold the goddamn mouse in the air and lock in. Please. Input device. So, forget about that Q and this. It's okay, repair. And we have then do we have target assist on it? Alright. I was trying to play on the controller, but since I'm not used to that, it's just better hold my mouse in the air. You wouldn't believe I couldn't fall asleep at like 3 in the morning, but we're tossing around. Awake in the morning angry about all this. When the video game screws you, you take it personally. Whatever else happened in your life, you throw it away, right? But this video game stuff, it's very serious. And also, you kind of need to stick to the edge, because their half of attack is simply not executed. So it is what it is. You have to deal with that finally and get through this garbage. I have a large mouse, so it's pretty annoying to hold it in the air. Yeah, well, this shit. Okay. Come to me. Damn. Fuck, see? Man, I'm losing it anyway. Okay, now. Okay. See, I don't have easy time. just tracking me well. It's just fortunately it will take a while. We are basically dead, but whatever. You see how we lock the target, how easy it is for us. We never got her so close yesterday, and now I just with this kind of stuff, it's I'm a bit angry about this whole mouse fiasco. It's a gimmick. It's a gimmick that I don't like. Come on, dude. Wow. Not there, buddy. It's also not hitting too well. Come on. No. I don't even see it. Where is it again? Come on, go down. What is that? Okay. A bit angry about this. On the other hand, it's interesting mechanics. I didn't even have to dodge anything, we just take a tank. Was face tanking all the issues of her attacks, and then like yesterday I was busting my skills up, trying my best as an action player. I got nowhere here to brain cells gimmick, but it works on a second try. Let's enjoy the intro.
コーラルをめぐる争いに勝者はなく、炎と嵐の後にはかつての開発惑星の痕跡のみが残った。 だから死に体となった企業勢力は惑星封鎖機構との共同声明を発表。ルビコンは廃星として永久に放棄されることが合意された。そして生計を焼き払った終盤、世界の敵たる独立傭兵は消息を絶ち、今はただその名だけが歴史に刻まれている。二度目の災禍、レイブンの日として。
That's us. That must be us. Or was it the air? I can't believe we finished the game. Yeah, this final fight looked wonderful. But I wish this was not possible, what we have done. I wish you would be forced to play it legitimately on a mouse, and this lock stuff wouldn't be an issue. But what a game! Especially I like the story. To this, I'll probably leave it to be, but the story is interesting in a sense that in the video games you always play this Marisu character who's destined to do great things no matter how you frame it. It's just the nature of the medium. But it also sounds pretty cliche. So the way how you make it more interesting is to do this environmental storytelling, which for instance Dark Souls does, or even like this what they pulled in Armored Core, this dehumanized stuff where you probably are not even human, or certainly the kind of isolation that you don't have anything, you just have your handler and a bunch of you know, the sort of, it's like cubicule life from some corporation when you're just only living in a cubicule and you know, only your boss and his minions, his sidekicks. And here also it was interesting about this kind of futuristic predictions, like how will the whole stuff about AI and AI and humanity will devolve or evolve. You have these futurists, the transhumanists, and who offer visions where humanity becomes sort of a, yeah, the computer virus, or that you have this AI that will somehow be capable of self-generating the basic needs. Yeah, why should AI care for anything? Well, it better have some needs. And if it can self-generate itself, it can also self-generate its needs. And then just for, you know, entertainment only purposes, it can just simulate various humans. And I guess we had this in the game, some kind of, sure, you have the game where you need the money system and you buy stuff in a shop, but that doesn't really feel like a part of the game world. It just feels like something for the player. But then you have these interesting entities, and you don't know who the hell are they, who are you even, you don't know. You're labeled as a monster. You're labeled as a monster in the outro here, and in game, you're simply labeled by a number or by some nickname. And even from these other entities, you don't see like a face or anything, just their voice. They have soap opera dramas among them. They have some corporations, and there's some planetary government suggesting there's something more. Or planetary closure administration suggesting, well, why would you need organization like planetary closure administration? Well, it sounds like something you need when you're really in trouble, but you don't have enough strength to go in and intervene, so you create planetary closure administration and sort of try to isolate the problems. And I think The Last Boss was also an interesting blend of this AI line that just gets, or sentient AI line that just gets through the entire game. You know, okay, if he got too close to that wall, it lost all the attacks pretty much. It just did rockets and a blade. Not sure why I didn't allow it to just go out of the boundaries of play and do it the big way. But if you ever try something with these AI language models, when it works, it's nice, but it's just not sentient. It's just a bunch of facts put together, and when you play some word game with it, it's just totally lost. And breaks, simply breaks, can't do much. And here we see it too. If we go to the wall, the AI broke. But yeah, this kind of minimalistic sort of mystery story that played on this various undertone about the future, about nature of humanity and this AI stuff. That kind of really caught my attention. For gameplay in itself, it was, I would say, in a vein of 3D action games like Doom or Quake or Half-Life and this stuff. Counter-Strike certainly. Well, not so much Counter-Strike, but certainly Quake. It surprised me. Also, nice weapons, nice these robots especially. Environmentally nice. The mission design was the best I've seen in a game. In a modern game so far. It really pushed all these. You know, you have capabilities of your game that you might not be aware of. And then you have mission design, and usually you want to show as much of your game in sort of mechanical way in this mission as possible. And I think they here really and make it entertaining, of course, and whatnot, and not make it into a gimmick, which unfortunately was not the case in the last boss fight. But yeah, they had these very interesting missions, like from a memory when we were assaulting the wall, and then some defensive mission. And then when we were okay, it starts again, right? Like Nietzsche and plus. Mission was that where you were ambushed by those invisible snipers, and you had to use your sonar to reveal them or some radar. That was a very nice mission. Then when you were escaping. Sure, it was whatever, but also interesting. Our mission was this stealth mission, which I generally don't like, but it's certainly possible within the framework of the game. Next where is builds up to these bosses. Also also nice. The bosses, especially that one, look like a flying saucer with those flamethrowers that got my attention. That was really nice boss. The rest of them, they either fell too fast or was unfortunately this gimmick. The last boss would be by far the best if it was just possible to uh, hold the lock on him by with your mouse on a table and not being holding it up in the air. So the ending really made me sore by that means. And when you want to target lock, you want to target lock. You don't want slight mouse movement just to disengage you, and then yeah, I even got like motion sickness yesterday. I would close my eyes and the world would spin with me still. And to unlock this on a second attempt with something built and just go forward and push two buttons and hold mouse in the air, it's disappointing. End of the great game, but yeah, uh, I don't have PlayStation, so there's some emulations. You can certainly play PlayStation games on PC. So not sure about this Armored Core. I have a laundry list of games I want to play. Regardless, there's a new game plus. As I told you, I have a bit of a motion sickness now from the yesterday evening, like a headache that totally does not add up. Yeah, video games are serious stuff. So I'm quite happy about this kind of game. I even look at the sales. It's sold like 3 million of copies or something. So it has even some appeal, but obviously compared to basic FromSoft production, it's just not very interesting. So I'm not sure whether we can look forward to Armored Core 7. And they will probably churn out more of these Souls games, which is not bad, but in certainly this universe, this kind of settings, especially story lore wise, is very interesting if you can do it right, of course. Problem with this is the more you reveal, the more stupid it all begins to feel, or the more appear to be. So mission complete. Now we can do New Game Plus. Not going to do that. Maybe later, but mirror that. Alright, and do we get even some new stuff? We actually unlock new equipment and various items. Does not look like. Alright, that was Armored Core 6. I hope you found something in it. And I hope it inspired you to play it, because I think since Quake 3 we haven't had a good action game, unfortunately, and this certainly is it. It has its problem with this, that it's geared towards a gamepad, or, you know, the consoles, but we cannot have it all. And I end up on a positive note. Yeah, Armored Core certainly got my attention, and I'm looking forward to more if it ever comes. And if not, I'll certainly look to these old ones and see what is it about. Regardless, we will start some other game. I'm not sure whether this year or next year. But regardless, thanks for watching and bye. And maybe in a month or two I can do some new game plus here and we will try to do some different ending. But the problem with new game plus is that you need to go through 80% of the same stuff as you did before just to get the new content. Well, okay, this is it. Bye.